Hey everyone and welcome back. In our last video we launched our first virtual server with EC2. But what's a computer without a hard drive? Today we are tackling the essential next step, that is storage. We are going to dive into Amazon S3, a service that's absolutely fundamental to building anything on AWS. At its core, S3 is a place to store anything you want from anywhere in the world. Think of it like a giant digital storage locker. You create a bucket to hold your data, and inside that bucket, you store your objects, which are simply your files. And the best part is, it's infinitely scalable. Before we create a bucket, there are few rules. The most important one is that every bucket name must be unique across the entire world, not just your account. You also have to choose a region which determines whether your data physically lives. It is where it is physically lives. We will be creating a private bucket today, which is best practice for security. Alright, let's jump into the console and do this together. I'll walk you through each step. We'll name our bucket, choose our region, and confirm that we are keeping our data safe and secure by leaving the block all public access setting enabled. Okay, so now I'm into my AWS management console. Let's go to S3 service. So Amazon S3 is, as I mentioned, it helps to store and retrieve any amount of data from anywhere. Let's go ahead and create a bucket. So there are two types of buckets we can create, that is general purpose and directory. So general purpose is basically recommended for most use cases and directory is recommended for low latency use cases. We will go with general purpose. Let's give it a name. As I mentioned, it should be globally unique. So let's give it my first bucket, and to make it unique, let me give it my name. First bucket Ashish. Leave the other settings by default, everything as it is. So the region, before we go ahead, this region is already selected. It is Asia Pacific Mumbai AP Southeast South 1 region, because I've already selected region from the drop down. That's why it is not allowing me to select. So if you want to create a bucket in different region, I need to select a different region and then go ahead and create the bucket. So I will go with this Mumbai region because this is the nearest to my location. Object ownership, let's leave everything by default. There is this setting block public access setting for this bucket. This is the setting that public access is granted to buckets and objects through access control lists, bucket policy, and access point policies. So you don't have to worry about all these right now. Just make sure that this checkbox is selected, because it will block all public access so that no one from outside can access your bucket publicly. It should be always checked for security purposes. Bucket versioning, let's go ahead with the default disabled setting and leave everything as it is. Let's click on create. As it says, the bucket name must not contain uppercase characters. Let's make it small case everything. My hyphen first, just to make it understandable. Bucket Ashish. Let's click on create bucket. It's creating. Failed to create. The specified bucket name is already taken. So as I mentioned that it should be unique. Let's give it as unique. Let's try. Perfect. So the bucket is successfully created. My first bucket Ashish unique, and this bucket is available now in this Asia Pacific AP South 1 region. Okay, so once our bucket is created, it's time to put some data in it. We'll upload a simple file we will notice that S3 assigns each bucket a URL, but it's not a public link by default. I will also show you how to use a feature that acts like folders, which is really helpful for keeping things organized. Perfect. So this is the bucket that we have just created, and I will go into this bucket. There are multiple, there is no but objects. As you can see, that you don't have any objects in this bucket. I will click on upload to upload a simple file. I'll click on, or I will just go to drag and drop this. Perfect. The sample.txt file I have uploaded in this bucket. I will go ahead and click upload. So upload is succeeded. So the file should be available in this bucket. The sample.txt is now available. Just click on this. So you see, there is a S3 URI that is assigned. This some a sample a kind of URL is um, URI is assigned to it, and also a object URL is assigned to this URL. It's not public. If I click on it, it should not show. It should show access denied. As I said, it is your objects are not publicly accessible. So yeah, so there are some policies, permissions we need to tweak to accesses outside from outside. So we will not go into that for now. Perfect. So let's go into the bucket now. Yeah. Also, if you would like, you can create folders. Apart from uploading files, you can create folders. Click on create folders and give it a name like my first folder. I will click on create folder. So the folder is created. You can upload files inside this folder as well. It is just like hard drive create folders into the hard drive, which is similar to that. So it is just for creating for organizing your files, better organizing your files. So we have uploaded a file, we have created a folder, and there are a lot more other things that we can do in S3 bucket. But for keeping it basic, we won't go into the much detail for now. Okay, so the real power of S3 comes from its features. You can save a ton of money by choosing the right storage class for your data. For data you don't access often, you can use S3 Glacier. And S3's versioning feature is a lifesaver, allowing you to restore a previous version of a file if you make a mistake. So you have mastered the basics, but this is just the beginning. S3 is foundation for so many other things you can build on AWS. You can host an entire static website on S3, use it to build a data lake for analytics, or rely on it for rock solid backup and recovery. The possibilities are endless. You now have a solid understanding of Amazon S3. Your task is to go into your AWS account, create a bucket, and upload your own file. This is a foundational skill that you will use constantly. In our next video, we'll build on this by introducing another core service, AWS RDS, where we will learn about all about the databases in the cloud. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.